hearing what y'all saying, it makes me think, when they say when America gets the cold, Black America gets the flu. And the way that relates to this situation is that Black people have felt disenfranchised for a very long time. So when you have these movements to say, all right, everybody, we're going to try this again. We're going to get out here and vote. And then you have situations where it's like, look, it didn't work. I just imagine that the effect that has on the people collectively, it takes away it chips at their belief in collective efficacy, that they can actually work together to do something. And it's disastrous. So I do think that one of the problems is, and it goes all the way back to when Puffy was doing the vote or die thing, and it's just like, get out and vote, and then it's like, and then what? Like, so that's what I hear a lot of people saying, like, what happens if the voting isn't enough? Like, we need more to the plan than just vote. And I think it's very irresponsible to tell people all you have to do is vote. And I think that's what makes it seem disingenuous, because a lot of times that's all people hear is like, if you just go vote, then we'll vote away these problems. They'll be like, you don't like the president doing this, or you don't like that the United States is doing this practice, vote, and it, that'll take it away. And that's not true. So we have to look at voting at face value, what it actually is. It's just a mechanism to try to influence how the government is directed. It's not a revolution. It's not going to make this great significant change. People are still going to go by pretty much different parts of the same playbook. So
Absolutely. And this type of environment is really designed to make you apathetic. It's designed that way on purpose. And I absolutely feel apathetic. I still do it though, because I still have to live here. I still have to drink the water. I still have to breathe the air and be around people. And you know what I'm saying? I have to engage with people in the community. And so, that's why I do. But, it's things like, because now we have, 1.4 million felons who can now vote.
Yep.
And they're looking at this shit like, y'all want me to participate in this shit? What do we have for them to encourage? But we also can use to that point, okay, we voted you this opportunity. So that you see what we can do. What because you have some very specific experiences that could really help us on this side too. And they got ballots. They finding them somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You're saying every vote counts, But we always have to be mindful. This environment is designed to make you apathetic. That's why you have to be aware about that, so that you can push through and do the things that you need to do regardless.
A lot of people are still hoping that good is still going to win. And we don't have time to wait for the eventuality of good to win. Like, we need to get out there and have a voice in this, because the people who want the other stuff are voting, and they're loud, and we hear them, and they're present. And I think that it's up to the decent people to come forward and counteract that. And then to your point, Bruce, when people ask about, okay, what am I supposed to do after I vote? Well, let's just be really honest for a second here. Most of the people who ask that question ain't doing shit no way.
First of all,
let's just talk about that. So my thing is, if you're not doing anything, if you're not working in the community, if you're not organizing, if you're not knocking on doors, if you're not volunteering, if you're not, doing something for the community, the least expensive, least in terms of time investment, least in terms of energy investment, least in terms of really thinking, because you can go to your party and get a ballot, is just vote. And then you can go back to doing the nothing you was doing before you was asking that question.
Exactly.
Because that's really where it is. There's really a very small portion of the population who is out there busting their asses for social change. And most of these people asking this question with this level of indignance are not the ones who are out there doing the work.